Vote is expected tonight on the Leland Ave plan to allow the former Matt Petroleum location to have a new owner, and that would be an asphalt. So it's blacktop and concrete production, and pretty intense production. And there are some people that are very concerned. We just talked to Samantha Colosimo Testa a moment ago. Chief Russ Brooks in studio right now. So just when you think about what happened during 9/11. When that dust and smoke and everything went into the air, there were issues there. Do you see anything similar here?
I'm going to tell you something, Bill, because you brought that up.
Yeah.
Okay. That I haven't really revealed to anybody. It's my own personal business. When I was at 9/11, that first day and days after, they came out and said that dust and that constant material in the air was not a health hazard. Okay. I got cancer from that. Okay.
Wow.
And they attributed it directly to ground zero, as did many, many other first responders. So maybe I'm a little leery when they tell me isn't a health hazard or don't worry about it. If you're breathing something in, that even in minute doses, a few hundred parts per million over long term, there's issues. And they don't have cancer in non-industrialized countries. So take it for what it's worth.
Yeah. And is this a cancer that has been treated for you?
Yeah, I've had treatments and I'm in remission now, and I go for tests and, but it's not a pleasant thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not complaining,
Right.
I'm just saying, don't tell me that this stuff is 100% safe, because it isn't. And in North Utica, there are people that have upper respiratory problems. There's children that directly ride their bikes by that area, including my grandchildren, and elderly people. And this is not the place. You don't have an area where there is a pristine park next or a few hundred feet away where I drive to work and I see geese and deer on the lawn and all this beauty, and then the Mohawk River bordering that, and then you put an asphalt plant next to it. Do I think Samantha's fighting an uphill battle? Oh, yeah. The powers to be are a lot bigger than her, and I give her so much credit for getting out there and trying to defend the people in North Utica.
Yeah.
And the people in North Utica are unequivocally against this. I'm out there mowing the lawn, and they're stopping in their cars. Russ, what's going to happen? I'm meeting with a group of neighbors, including Jerry Krause, who's a neighbor. Yep. What's going on here? Why would they do this? And it's it's a horrible thing.
Well, it's an area, too, that I talked to some people from the Tim Julian administration that at a time they were trying to clean that up.
Yes.
And they were going to have a launch of maybe kayak launch.
Well, there isn't
and boat
a kayak launch in the city.
Right.
You want to launch a kayak, because my wife and I do kayak.
Yeah.
You can go to Rome. You can go down the valley. But there isn't. That you're hit the nail right on the head. That would be the perfect place for something like that. It's waterfront.
Which seems to be the most valuable property in upstate New York and really anywhere, right? The water, we want to be near water, and especially when we're somewhat landlocked here, being near water is a pretty big deal. Manasseh.
I was going to ask a question I had similarly asked Samantha Colosimo Testa. That area's got the solid waste authority, so there's the recycling and garbage that goes on there. Is there some people would say that area is kind of prone to construction and things like that?
I go by that area. I drive by that 4 times a day on my way to work. If I have an opportunity to come home for lunch, I go back and forth. We have the fire training ground right there.
Right.
Okay, and there is never... I've never had any issues with odor or plume or anything else in there, or even traffic is manageable. When you put 200 big trucks a day, how do you think fire apparatus is going to get in and out of there and function? And you think guys are, firemen kind of know the issues with health effects. You think they're going to be breathing in or smelling something all day, and they're going to, continue to train? They're not going to.
Sure.
But I'm more concerned with these the people from North Utica that are going to deal with this.
Do you feel that the training center would be in jeopardy if that plant goes there?
I don't know that, but if it's across the street, so if there is an odor, I mean, and we right now we have firefighters from all over the state training here in Utica that are using those grounds, and it could be an issue. It's not going to be an ideal situation if they're breathing in odors from asphalt.
I want to give the other side. The mayor's office saying really quite boldly that we're talking about tax dollars coming in. We're talking about adding jobs. How do you turn that away?
First of all, I don't think 30 jobs is a deal breaker, and from my past experiences, when I've heard people come in and say they're going to hire 30, they might hire 18 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, and the money is not a priority over people's health and welfare, and that area could be used for numerous. You mentioned it, a kayak launch or a boat launch. And then I wonder, when you have all those businesses and so close to it, how many jobs will be lost there? If business drops at Babes, if it drops at, because I'm not going to sit out. I frequent all those restaurants. I'm not going to sit out there and breathe in.
It is awesome
asphalt fumes.
At the Aquavino to be able to sit out there. You're on the water. It's really a great experience.
Absolutely, it is.
You don't feel like you're in Utica. You feel like you're somewhere out of here. So
I couldn't agree more. And not only that, and the food is outstanding.
Yeah.
But if I'm sitting there and I'm getting traces of some odor, I'm not going to. I'm sorry, I'm not going to frequent that place.
Is there a place that you would look? And we talked about the old Charlestown. Is there a location where that would work here?
I haven't analyzed.
Because there'll be people over there, neighbors that'll probably not want it over there.
Isn't there anything on Broad Street or, down that way? But keep this in mind. This isn't business that was brought in. Marcy rejected this. They wanted no part of it, okay? And they didn't want their roads damaged by these trucks. They didn't want the fumes. They didn't want all the other byproducts of this business falling off the trucks and the roads, the dust, the pebbles, and this. And this is something else that in the back of my mind doesn't sit right. On this zoning board, there isn't one person from North Utica. The only person from North Utica was taken off there and was not replaced. This is the largest voting block in the city, the largest tax base. This is where any construction is going on right now, is in North Utica. And North Utica should be represented on the zoning board, the planning board, and Samantha shouldn't be in this fight by herself. And obviously Maria McNeil was by her side, the only one on the council that is very familiar with construction practices and actually knows what an asphalt plant is. But these two women are very courageous, and I give them credit for standing up to the...
I have some... I want to take some calls, 736-0186, if you want to pipe in on this. I'd like to talk a little more about what you'd like to say to the council members tonight when they would have a chance to really stop this if they felt it was important. And then I'd like to talk more about we're coming up on the 15th anniversary of 9/11. And you mentioned something here that surprised all of us on the issue of cancer and the dust that was just predominant, and so many, not just citizens but first responders, breathed in during that time. So let's talk more about that when we come right back